This is it, the shakedown run. That's not good. I just fueled it up and now I got a leak. Well, let's see if I can figure out what the heck's going on. Tried using a borescope but couldn't see anything either way. I'm gonna have to drop the fuel tank again, unfortunately, and I got a full tank of fuel, so I might as well burn it up. Well, it's not leaking when it's running. I did get the camera underneath, and it looks like it could be leaking from the pressure regulator. Like I said, I'm gonna have to drain the gas tank. I almost get the feeling this trip is doomed. I've had the gas tank piss out, and then I had a rock come across and almost take out my side fucking window. It's almost like I should just turn around and go home. So far, everything seems to be running pretty decent. Just keeping an eye on everything. Definitely gonna need to pull that fan, put a stronger one in. Running at 101 degrees. I don't like that too much at all. So far seems to be running all right, besides for the temperature creeping up there. I'm only 41 kilometers into this trip. I'm about 3 kilometers from McLean Creek, which I'll turn down there and drive down the road a little bit. Hopefully I can fly my drone and stuff. It's so beautiful out now that everything's green. Spring and fall are the worst when everything's so brown and gross. And this is coming up to the McLean Creek store right there. I want to venture left just to go down the road a bit. Yeah, they've done a fair share of logging out here. There's a little bit of a breeze, but I can fly the drone. Just don't want to fly too high. Pretty happy so far. Some things obviously I need to change with the Jeep, but it's looking pretty good. Well, my first flight was a little shaky, but came back saying I need to change the props on this because of a motor speed error, which is really bizarre. Brand new, right out of the box. Today is going to be doomed. Continue on. Yeah, I just parked for a little bit. The temperature didn't really cool down a whole bunch. There's a few people out here at the staging grounds, that's for sure. I have put on 60 kilometers and I'm still on full. So even though I've been revving pretty high, the fuel economy seems pretty decent so far. I'll see what the fuel level is once I get home. I'll be over 100 kilometers then. Because with the 4 liter, I'd get 300 kilometers before the low fuel light. Of course, once I upgrade to 33s, like I've been talking about, the RPMs will drop, so fuel economy will be a little bit better. It does feel good to drive the Jeep again. This is the first time in well over a year. It feels good. It feels good to take it out again. As always, with any project, you always got some bugs and stuff to work out afterwards. Yeah, start the journey back home. See how it drives on the way back. See what my temperature is going to get up to. Can't believe it's like halfway through June and I haven't even gone camping yet. Last year at this time, I'd already been out a few times. Since I need to burn up some fuel, I'm gonna take this alternative route home. Detours back down south and then goes down through Millerville and all that area. Yeah, I've been trying to debate where that fuel could come out of, and I wonder if it's the fuel pump gasket. You know, I bought that tool and I used that tool to tighten it, but it definitely seemed to come from the middle, and when I had my inspection camera on it, it looked like that fuel pump ring was all wet. But I know the fuel regulator is not leaking because it would leak when it was running, because that's under pressure. So, I mean, it was a pretty, like you guys saw that quick clip from the gas station, it was quite a bit of fuel on the ground, so I don't know. I don't like dropping the tank. I know that much. When I used to have motorcycles, I used to love traveling on this road because it's so windy and it's so wooded. It's such a beautiful drive. This used to be my trip I used to do, and my head would get cleared if I had anything that was bothering me. And yeah, just to live out in this area right here would be absolutely amazing, but unless you got over $1 million, you ain't buying nothing around these parts. Not even close. Guy just ripping on his bike with the wind in his hair. I mean, who would not want to live in these rolling hills, the foothills of the mountains? The camera just will not do it justice. I'm looking through the screen and it looks almost kind of flat in the screen, but this is such beautiful country. Just changed highways. Millerville is about 10 kilometers away now. More bikers coming down the road. We're going to turn right, go up the road that I just traveled down. I don't know if you guys can see, but I'm at 104 kilometers on this trip so far. Seems to be doing good. Coolant temperatures sticking at 93. I don't know why it was climbing up to 100 before, but I still want to change that fan out. Gotta keep my eye on that transmission temperature. Just cruising the side roads on my way home. Think I'm gonna go to Okotoks and then back north to home. That'll be a pretty good drive. Seems to be running decent. You know, I'm not saying that it's not gonna happen, but 116 kilometers. If something major was gonna happen, I think it would have dropped out by like now. Just gotta keep on going and monitor the temperatures. I got the secondary fan running. 97 degrees coolant temperature. Transmission's running at 200 degrees. Might have to do something different with that as well. In all honesty too, it's a rebuild transmission, rebuild transfer case, refreshing motor. So maybe after a little bit the temperatures may settle, maybe they won't. Such a gorgeous day out though. Why is this guy like parked half on the road? Here's an example. Once you're no longer doing highway speeds, the temperatures just drop. Except for the transmission, it's creeping up to 210. I don't like that. Almost home though. Just got home. I don't like that transmission temperature at all. Coolant and everything else is running good though. Oil pressure hot. 162 kilometers trip today. Alright, back in the garage. Just I disconnected my paint lights for the hood, but I'll let it cool down and then give her a once over. The LS PCM is not even warm at all, which is good. I was a little concerned about that. Well, interesting enough, I just flew the drone again and I did not get that error. So I don't know what the heck's going on. So I'm trying to process this and I'm thinking, okay, maybe it's related to the overflow line. It's number 13, it's the vent line they call it. Number 12 is referred to as, okay, clamp. So, but that line comes across and goes to the fuel management valve, and number 8's a check valve, and that's a check valve. But it only leaked once it was full. Unless something in the line is damaged, but I doubt that, because otherwise why wouldn't it have leaked? This is gonna bug me forever now. Yeah, I can tell it's really bugging me. I ripped that inner fender out, tried to have a peek inside, took the fuel cap neck off again. Just blows my mind the amount of fuel that came out, but I'm not gonna know anything until I get that tank empty. Geez, still got 3/4 of a tank, so that's going to take a little bit of time. Take a grocery shopping, booting around town, and that'll burn up a lot of fuel. So this is where I go down the rabbit hole. I've been trying to figure this out for the past hour, what it is that I plan on doing. Do I spend more money, replace that fan? Got that 10-inch in there right now. I got another 10-inch right there. I think next time, or when I do it, I'm just going to pull this front shroud off. I don't want to go through the hassle of draining the radiator and all that crap. It's easier just to pull the grill out. And since the winch takes up so much real estate in the grill, which could be part of my issue for the heating as well, is to run the two 10-inch along the bottom. That way I'm not gonna have any issues with this hood clearing there. But I need to add another transmission cooler. So I was thinking of, I think it was like a 19 plate transmission cooler. It is pretty small though, and to get a fan that small to remote cool it as well, in case I needed it, I was looking up a motorcycle fan. So motorcycle fan and an auxiliary transmission cooler will run me under 130 bucks, and I think I have enough transmission line left over from when I built those that I should be able to make something work, perhaps. At least I'm hoping so anyway. So I remember back in the day when I ran the supercharger on the 4.0, the transmission used to get really warm. That was the 4.2 RLE, and I added a second cooler without a fan, and it actually worked really good. I didn't have any issues heating up, except when I was out wheeling on the trails. This was in the winter time. It still did get a little bit warm, but it cooled down quickly. That's why I want to put a fan on it, and then I'll hook it up to this box right here, and just like I run the other two fans, I think that'll work. I think I need to grab a real beer this time. Sorcerer's Sour Lime Kettle Sour strong beer, 6.5%, New Level Brewing. Yeah, if you guys don't know already, I'm a huge fan of the sour beers. Huge fan. Motherfucking beer time, everybody. That's good. That's good. So, at least the issues are pretty minor. Could have been worse. Could have threw a rod. That would have sucked. I drove for 160K. Held out, so I'm pretty confident now. Can really start driving it around. A couple of those small issues, get those fixed up within the next couple weeks, and once again try it again, see what happens. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Shakedown run had some issues, but we're going to clarify them, and then we're going to fix them properly. So I think 2 10-inch fans on the bottom plus the 16 at the back should be enough to keep this thing where I want to have it. So I'll see you guys on the next video.